Hello students. So today we are going to learn about biotechnology, the principle and the process. I'm going to divide this chapter under three headings, okay, three subtopics. So first we are going to learn some basic introduction like what is biotechnology, who coined the term biotechnology and the definition for biotechnology, what are the three steps in genetic engineering, like that we are going to discuss. Then the second topic is tools, okay, tools for recombinant DNA technology, okay. In the recombinant DNA technology, what are the tools we are going to use? Okay, so this is also very important topic, and the lengthiest topic is this tools of recombinant DNA technology. So this involves restriction enzymes. The tools are number one, restriction enzyme, cloning vectors, and finally competent host. Okay, these are the three major tools for recombinant DNA technology. Okay, so first topic is introduction, second one is tools. So here we are going to learn what is a restriction enzyme, what are the cloning vectors, okay, and what are the features of cloning vectors, everything. Then the last topic, okay, that is the third topic, is processes of recombinant DNA technology. Processes of recombinant DNA technology. So here we have discussed about the tools, okay, tools for the recombinant DNA technology, and in this topic we'll be discussing about the process or what are the steps here. So the first step, okay, the first step is isolation of genetic material. The first step is isolation of genetic material. That is the first step. Then second step is cutting of DNA at specific locations. Then the third one is amplification of gene of interest. Using PCR technique, polymerase chain reaction technique. Then insertion of recombinant DNA into the cell. Then obtaining the foreign gene product. And finally, downstream processing, separation and purification of the product, that is downstream. Okay, separation and purification of the product. Okay, so is it clear? So in the process of recombinant DNA technology, first we have to isolate the genetic material. Okay, say for example, this is our entire DNA. From here, if we want to get a product for insulin, then just isolate that genetic material, that particular genetic material or the desirable genetic material. Then after getting it, cut at different locations or specific locations, then we have the genetic material right now with us. But this is not enough, isn't it? This is not enough to get more product like insulin. So what we have to do is, because every time you cannot go and get that genetic material, Say for example, you are typing a question paper for typing a question paper, only one set you are having in your hand, but you want to give this to 100 people. So at that time, what will you do? Will you just type for each and every people? Definitely no. So first we got the genetic material, then we will just take a copy of this genetic material. That is amplification. You're going to make billions of copies of this genetic material using a technique known as PCR technique. Okay. So after getting this, we have to insert it into the, either with the help of a vector. You can take a vector and then insert our genetic material. Then you can introduce it into the host. That is the fourth step. Okay, say for example, this is our genetic material and this is the vector. We have inserted into the host, another bacteria. Okay, so like this. Then we have to culture this in a bioreactors. That is this step, obtaining the foreign gene product. So with this genetic material, the bacteria will produce insulin. Finally, we have to separate our insulin, purify it from this, and then we can use it for commercial purposes after quality checking. Okay, so I hope it is clear now, all the steps. Anyway, we are going to learn this in detail. So the first one is introduction. So can you tell me what is biotechnology? So what is bio? Bio is life, isn't it? Technology is techniques. So the biotechnology deals with the techniques of using a living organism or their enzymes for products and processes useful to mankind. So here we are going to use the living organism. Okay, we are going to use the techniques on the living organism. Just now I have told you, in a bacteria we can like take a insulin, isn't it? Human insulin gene, desirable gene, and in a bacteria we can culture that and we can get the product insulin which will be useful for the mankind. So like that we are going to use the technology or the techniques in the living organism to get the products which is useful for mankind. Okay, that is biotechnology. So EFB, European Federation of Biotechnology, defined the biotechnology as integration of natural science, organisms, cells, parts thereof, and the molecular analogues for products and services. Just learn this definition also. Okay, this definition was given by EFB. And who coined the term biotechnology? It is called Eric, who coined the term biotechnology, called Eric. Okay, is it clear, students? So that is biotechnology. So what are the uses of this biotechnology, the applications? Yes, we can use this in the field of agriculture to create a transgenic plant, a pest resistant plant. You would have already learnt about BT cotton, isn't it? Bacillus thuringiensis, then RNA interference, Melodigain incognita. So these are the uses in agriculture. Okay, then flavor saver tomato. All these are uses in the agriculture. And okay, medicines. The biotechnology is useful in medicines also. Just now we have told that getting a genetically engineered insulin. Okay, to get a genetically engineered insulin, we can use biotechnology. I'll just give you a gist on how to produce genetically engineered insulin. Okay, see, genetically engineered insulin. First, please do remember that our human insulin is a eukaryotic gene. Okay, eukaryotic gene, and we are going to grow this in the prokaryote, such as bacteria. So the bacteria is not having all the enzymes which the eukaryotes have. So that we have to take cDNA, that is complementary DNA. Okay. So first we should know the structure of a human insulin. So the human insulin has two chains. Okay, two polypeptide chain. These are the amino acids. Okay, A chain, the human insulin, and then B chain. Okay, A chain and B chain. So A chain and B chain. 20 amino acids will be here and 31 will be here. So totally 51 amino acids. A chain and B chain, and it has a linker chain also, a C chain. So A, B and C, this is an inactive insulin or pro-insulin. Okay, inactive insulin or pro-insulin. And this one, okay, this C chain or also known as linker chain will link these two together so that we will have a sulfide, disulfide bridges in between these two chain. Now this is active insulin chain. Okay, actually the structure of the insulin, not the genetically engineered. This is just a insulin. So what the biotechnology deals here is, first, instead of creating A chain, B chain and C chain, now this is active. Active chain will have only A and B chain, not the C. Okay, so this is active insulin. So now what our scientists did was, they have just took, I have told you, this is eukaryotic gene and we are going to culture this in the prokaryote. So that we have to take a cDNA. Okay, this is a complementary DNA for A chain. Okay, so we all know the central dogma. From the DNA we'll get mRNA, and from that we'll get a chain, that is the protein. Okay, A chain for insulin, and similarly we can take the cDNA for B chain, complementary DNA. From this transcription, so that mRNA translation, will get a protein for B chain. Okay, and if you are going to combine this, we will get automatically active insulin. Okay, we are going to grow like this. Okay, so A chain will insert it into a host, and similarly B chain we will insert it, I mean the DNA for B chain we will insert it in the host, then finally we'll get our product, that is active insulin. This is actually the genetically engineered insulin. Okay, so that is one more thing. And in the medicine, gene therapy is also there. Okay, you would have heard about ADA deficiency, adenosine deaminase deficiency. So in that case also we can correct the gene, the deficient gene, we can correct the gene and insert it into the patient, so that that patient can be get immunity. But only thing is, if we are doing it in the embryo stage, then the treatment will be permanent. Okay, please do remember that also. Okay, like that. And then another application is transgenic animals for chemical safety testing, vaccine safety testing, and to get a biological product we can use this biotechnology. Say, for example, if I am saying that, drinking cow's milk will treat emphysema, or drinking the cow's milk, like, you will get human protein. Will you believe that? Definitely no, isn't it? But it is possible through biotechnology. We can, if we are, the human protein can be, you can get the human protein from the cow's milk using biotechnology. The first transgenic cow is named Rosie. Okay, so many uses are there. So, like I said, transgenic animals, and in medicine for diagnostic purposes. Okay, ELISA technique and diagnostic, cancer, many things. We can use the biotechnology. Okay, plasmid. Stanley Cohen actually studied this small ringlets of DNA. This is actually extra, this is bacterial DNA, and this is extra chromosomal DNA, which is present in the cytoplasm. And this can replicate independently, and it is having certain unique characteristics such as, restriction enzyme, or else antibiotic resistance. That unique characteristics we can see in this plasmid. Okay, please do remember that also. Then the usage, I said, isn't it? The biotechnology deals with microbe mediated process such as making curd with the help of lactobacillus, bread and wine with the help of Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So that, the microbe mediated process, and in vitro fertilization, the test tube baby program. Okay, the sperm has been artificially collected and the egg and fused outside the body. In vitro means in the laboratory condition, that is outside the body. In vivo means in the body or in the living organism. The opposite to in vitro is in vivo. So in vitro is in the laboratory condition, fusion of this, and then after, 16 cell stage, like that, we can insert it into the uterus. So that is again a biotechnology. And then synthesis and using of a gene, then preparation of DNA vaccine, and correcting a defective gene. Just now I have told about the ADA deficiency, isn't it? Adenosine deaminase deficiency. If a person is having adenosine deaminase enzyme deficiency, then they won't produce B lymphocyte and T lymphocytes, I know, normally, so that they won't have immunity. So we can, correct this also, ADA deficiency. So that is gene therapy. So these are the areas where we can see our biotechnology plays a very, very important role. Okay, this is just an introduction. So what are the principles of biotechnology? So the two core technique is, one is genetic engineering, and the other one is maintenance of sterile ambience. Okay, first one is genetic engineering, and second one is maintenance of sterile ambience. Okay, first one, genetic engineering. So what do you mean by genetic engineering? The first technique, this is the technique in which the genetic material is altered and introduced into the host to change the phenotype. Okay, I'll explain this. Say, for example, we have a cotton plant. Okay, cotton plant, and the lepidopterans are affecting. Okay, this cotton plant is affected by the plants. Now, what we are going to do is, we are going to insert the BT gene or the CRY gene. Okay, you are going to insert, because this CRY gene has the ability to produce what? Toxin, Bacillus thuringiensis toxin, or the BT toxin or protein. this protein can kill the worm, isn't it, or the lepidopteran. Now, what we did was, so we have inserted this cry gene into this into this cotton plant, okay, cry gene, so that now this plant is going to produce a protein, okay, gene, நம்ம இப்ப gene கொடுத்துட்டோம்னு சொன்னா geneல இருந்து mRNA வர்றது transcription process சொல்லுவோம், mRNA ல இருந்து protein வர்றது translation process. So this will produce a protein known as Bt toxin. இப்போ வந்து அந்த worm வந்துச்சு, வந்து இதை சாப்பிட்ட ட்ரை பண்ணுச்சுன்னா அந்த worm வந்து செத்து போயிடும். சரியா? So you can make this plant a pest resistant. So now this plant is known as a transgenic plant. Okay, so you have altered the genetic material of this plant, and then we have changed the phenotype. Okay, the phenotypic character of this plant. Okay, so similarly, this is one example. Or else you want a purple flower, so that you can insert that enzyme, okay, that gene which is responsible for the purple enzyme, so that this plant can produce a purple flower, so that you can genetically modify, and then that character we can say, we can see that particular character is expressed, that is phenotype. Okay, that is genetic engineering, the first core technique. And the second one, I said, it's maintenance of a sterile ambience. So this is very, very necessary in chemical engineering for growing our desired microbe. Okay, because we have to grow only the desired microbe which is having our desirable genetic material. Okay, so, and in large quantities in case of manufacturing antibiotics, vaccines, enzymes, etc. Okay, so that we have to maintain the sterile environment. These are the core techniques. One is genetic engineering and the other one is maintenance of sterile ambience. Okay, so see, we have to maintain the sterile environment so that other bacteria won't grow there. So if other bacteria are also growing, it means that our research is not successful. You have to see to that only our bacteria which is having the desirable genetic material is growing here. Okay, so that we have to maintain a sterile environment. So in the introduction part, so far I have taught you the definition, okay, the two definitions, and who coined the term biotechnology, then what is a plasmid, and the biotechnology deals with the areas which we have discussed, then finally the core techniques also, and 3 basic steps in GMO. So that is the final thing in the introductory part. We are going to discuss the 3 basic steps in GMO. The first step is identification of DNA with desirable gene. So this is the first step. Okay, identify. We have to identify the DNA with desirable gene. Say for example, the human, isn't it? The human, say for example, one cell is having 23 pairs of chromosomes. Okay, 23 pairs of chromosome. In that, which gene is responsible, for producing insulin? Like that, we have to identify. So the traditional hybridization techniques lead to inclusion and multiplication of undesirable gene. Okay, because it is having both desirable and the undesirable gene. And with the help of the genetic engineering, we have to isolate and introduce only the desirable gene. Okay, so for this, we had a project known as HGP, Human Genome Project, where we found out that only haploid set, not the diploid set, in the 23 chromosome, okay, which gene is responsible for which character, like that and all we have studied. So using the genetic engineering, we can isolate and introduce only the desirable gene, the gene of interest. That is the first step. So you have to identify the DNA with our desirable gene. Okay. Then the next step is introduction of the identified DNA into the host. So this piece of DNA cannot multiply itself in the progeny. So it has to be integrated in the recipient genome so that it will multiply and inherit along with the host DNA. See, if this is our desirable genetic material, and mostly we will use a vector. Okay, our desirable material will be inserted into this vector, and we have to insert. Now this is known as recombinant DNA, rDNA. Here we have a plasmid vector, and this is our desirable gene, and now this is known as rDNA. This recombinant DNA has to be inserted into the host. Okay, integrated into the recipient genome, then it will multiply and inherit along with the host DNA. Okay, that is the second step. And then the third step is maintenance of introduced DNA into the host and transfer of this DNA to the progeny. Because if this bacteria multiplies, then this character has to be transferred to the progeny. Okay, I hope it's clear now. So these are the three basic steps in GMO. The first one is identification of the DNA with desirable gene. The second one is introduction of the DNA into the host. And the third one is maintenance of introduced DNA in the host. Okay. So இப்போ இந்த மூணு ஸ்டெப்பும் புரிஞ்சிருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஓகேவா? சரி. So the first recombinant DNA was emerged by linking a gene of antibiotic resistance with a native plasmid of Salmonella typhimurium. சரியா, first recombinant DNA with antibiotic resistance எதுல ஃபார்ம் பண்ணோம்? Salmonella typhimurium. இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஜஸ்ட் சும்மா தெரிஞ்சு வச்சுக்கோங்க நாலேஜ்க்கு. Stanley Cohen and Herbert Boyer isolated the antibiotic resistance gene by cutting out a DNA piece from a plasmid. So இப்போ இப்படிதான் plasmid இருக்குன்னா, நான் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, இந்த பிளாஸ்மிட்ல யூனிக் கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக்ஸ் இருக்கும், லைக் ஆன்டிபயோட்டிக் ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி கேரக்டர். ஸோ இதுல இந்த பர்டிகுலர் பீஸ்ல ஆன்டிபயோட்டிக் ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸை ஐசோலேட் பண்ணி கோஹனும் போயரும் எடுத்தாங்க. ஓகேவா? ஸோ இதை வந்து இந்த ஆன்டிபயோட்டிக் ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் கேரக்டரை நம்ம மார்க்கருக்காக யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம், செலக்டபிள் மார்க்கருக்காக. அது என்னன்னு நான் அப்புறம் சொல்றேன் உங்களுக்கு. சரியா? ஸோ இதோட we have completed the introduction. ஓகே, நான் சொன்ன மொத்தம் 3 சப் டாபிக்ஸ்ல இந்த லெசன் முடிச்சிடலாம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன், செகண்ட் டாபிக் வந்து கொஞ்சம் லென்த்தியா இருக்கும், டூல்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஃபார் ரீகாம்பினன்ட் டிஎன்ஏ டெக்னாலஜி, தேர்ட் வந்து ப்ராசஸ். ஓகேவா? ஸோ இதோட இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன் முடிச்சிட்டேன் நான். ஓகே, நவ் we will move on to recombinant DNA டெக்னாலஜியில் இருக்கிற டூல்ஸ். ஓகேவா? ஸோ டூல்ஸ் பார்க்கலாம், பட் டூல்ஸ் வந்து நம்ம நெக்ஸ்ட் செஷன்ல பார்த்துடலாம். ஸோ இந்த இன்ட்ரடக்டரி பார்ட் வரைக்கும் எல்லாருக்கும் இப்போ கிளியரா இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஸோ இன்ட்ரடக்டரி பார்ட்ல நம்ம டெஃபினேஷன் நான் சொல்லி கொடுத்தேன். சரிங்களா? 2 டெஃபினேஷன் பார்த்தோம். கால் எரிக்கி தான் காயின் பண்ணாருன்னு பார்த்தோம். அப்புறம் பிளாஸ்மிட் என்னன்னு பார்த்தோம். பயோடெக்னாலஜியோட சின்ன சின்ன அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் and principles, genetic engineering, maintenance of sterile ambience, 2 core techniques பார்த்தோம். ஓகேவா? then 3 basic steps in GMO பார்த்தோம். சரியா? 3 basic steps in GMO. first step identify பண்ணணும், அப்புறம் introduce பண்ணணும், அப்புறம் maintenance of introduced DNA in the host பார்த்தோம். அப்புறம் கொஞ்சம் additional information. recombinant DNA first எதுல இருந்து antibiotic resistance எடுத்தாங்கன்னா Salmonella typhimurium, ஸ்டான்லி கோஹன் அண்ட் ஹெர்பர்ட் போயர் பிளாஸ்மிட்ல இருந்து எடுத்தாங்கன்னு சொல்லி பார்த்தோம். ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ இதோட இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன் பார்ட் முடிஞ்சிச்சு.